Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about that middleware, right? Now in this video, I want to discuss about Laravel default authentication as a Breeze. Like if you go to that Laravel official website, and here you can see there is some of the packages as a Breeze. So you can use that Breeze rather than you can also use that as a JD stream. So both of this is the default authentication system. Now in this course, I will use that Breeze. If you now go to the packages, if you go to that Breeze, and now you can see there is a Breeze page. Now, like right now, there is a Laravel Breeze, and if you want to install it, I have already created that project. First of all, we have to run as a composer required Laravel Breeze and dev. That is one of the dependency. I want to do to install this dependency. I simply copy it, and now I want to do to install it. If you go to right now our PHP Artisan service running. I want to go to our basic folder. Here I want to install it, right? So now I want to open with the CMD, and now that is our basic, right? So in our appropriate that file location area, I want to install it. I simply paste it. That will be as a composer required Laravel Breeze and dev. And after that, if you click as enter, now it will be installed that Breeze in your system. And when Breeze will be installed, they have some of the extra file will be added. Laterly, I will also discuss about that things with you. And in our web route, that will be also created another default URL. So right now that is actually installing. You can see it's now installing that Laravel Breeze package. So it may take little time. Better when it will be done, then I will come back again. Now here you can see friend, our Laravel Breeze package is now successfully installed, and when that will be done, then that will be returned direct to our basic folder. Okay, now our next step is here we have to run as a PHP Artisan Breeze install. Okay, now I want to do and to copy it. I have already installed it. Now I want to install Breeze. I copy it, and after that, again I want to paste it. So that will be in here as a PHP Artisan Breeze install. Now click as the enter. Now you can see it's now successfully installed, and after that it's saying as a please execute that npm install and npm run dev. So that is one of the it will be installed at npm, and before install it, make that sure you install that node.js. As I told you before, simply go to that node.js nodejs.org, and from here simply download this package and install it package in your system. Okay, so now make that sure that will be needed. So now on Node.js, I have already installed it, and now I want to run as a npm install and npm run. Both of this you can also individually install it as a npm install and npm run dev. Now I combine both of this is already suggested. So here I paste it. Now click as a enter. Now it will be created another package folder. Okay, it will be created another package folder in particular that area. So it may take little time. Okay, it may take little time. Better when it will be done, then I will come back again. Now you can see friend, our total package is also successfully installed. Okay, and also there is a compiled successfully. It's created the JS app, CSS app, and there is a Laravel mix built successfully. That means right now everything is okay. Okay, so here we successfully done all that our job, and now we have to migrate it. That is a PHP Artisan migrate. So when you install Laravel default authentication system Breeze, it's also provided some of the table. If you go to that all that our table, as I told you before, that is in our database. There is and into this migrations table, there is some of the default table, right? There is user table, password, there is a create password reset, the failed job, and personal access token. Now we have to migrate. So before adding that migrate, what we have to create another database table. I simply go to that database. I have already told you that is I have running that XAMPP, and I have also running that MySQL. So now I want to access that localhost. So that is the localhost I want to make localhost, then that will be returned direct to the dashboard, and from here I want to go to that our PHP myadmin. Okay, I want to create another new database. Now you can see that is our PHP myadmin area, and from here if you want to create one of the new database, simply go to that database, and now that is a database name. So here now we have to add another database name. I just name it as a website. Okay, website. So this type of one of the database now I want to create, and now that is by default as a general _ci. So now if you click as a create database, Now you can see it's very simple. Our database created successful. And after that we have to configure this database to our project. So our database name, I name it as a website. I simply copy it. Now go to our .env file. In our project, there is our .env, and into this .env, as I told you before, that is for our database configuration. And here you can see there is a database name. So by default they are using the database name as a Laravel. So right now I have created on the database name as a website. I simply add it, and then the username and password. So you will, that depends on your XAMPP. If you go to again your database area, here right now, if you go to that user account, okay, if you go to that user account, and into this user account, you can see by default my username as a root and local host name as a local host, and password right now I don't have any password. Okay, for the reasons I just make it as a username as a root, and db password I don't have any password. For the reasons here I make it as a empty. Now that's all you have to do. Now click as a save all. So right now I have created our database name. If you go to the database, I have created the database name as website. So now we are able to migrate it. Okay, I have already created our database name. I have already configured our database to our project. Okay, that means our basic project area. I have already configured it. Now I want to migrate. So if you want to migrate, then there is a command for the PHP artisan migrate. I simply copy it, and then here, okay, here after this I want to do again in our basic folder, that is our appropriate path. Here we have to run as a PHP artisan migrate. Now if you click as a enter, it should be created all that our database. Okay, it should be created all the database, in particular that area. Like here you can see it's now migrated of the table created successful. That is all the default database table is now successfully created. Great. Now if you go to our database, if you now click as a refresh, now you can see that is all that our default database table is created. So friend, as I told you, that is one of the package. Okay, that is one of the Laravel default authentication package as a Breeze. So everything is ready-made. Here you don't need to do anything. Like right now, if you go to our home page, now click as a enter. Now you can see right now there is a two new button is available. One is for the logging, another is for the register. If you go to that register page, now you can see by default everything is ready-made. So now if you want to create one of the new user, there is also another table as a user table. You can see there is one of the new table. When you migrate it, you actually get one of the table as a user table, and into the user there is one of the name, email verified at, password, remember token, created at, and updated. That is one of the default table. And now if you want to create one of the new user, you can also create it. Like I just name it as a user, and then I put on the email as a user @gmail.com, and I put password as a udemy12345. Confirm password udemy12345. Okay, now if you click as a register, yes, you can see everything is ready-made. That means right now you are successfully able to access our dashboard page. That is a user dashboard page, and from here you can see it's also display that username, that is a user. And from here, if you want to log out, click as a logout, you are successfully log out. And if you now go to our database, now that should be add a new one of the user that I have created. Now you can see there is an ID, name. I name that as a user. I put that email address as a user@gmail.com, and there is a password. And password is the one of the Bitrip password. And now if you want to log in, like go to that our login page. I want to log in with our user. That is, I have created our name it as a user@gmail.com. I make it as a user@gmail.com. And password I have added the udemy12345. Now if you click as a login, yeah, you can see you are right now successfully logged in. That means we successfully installed that Laravel Breeze packages, and everything is work perfectly. So when you install that Laravel Breeze, they have some of the file is added. In our next video, I will discuss about that Breeze file structure. I hope then that will be very much helpful to you. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.